Good morning and a happy Sunday to each and every single one of you from an overcast Grenada, or should I say a patchy overcast Grenada, because it looks all gloomy and overcast in that direction. But if I head further, there's sunshine on my face. And if I go this way and I angle the camera just right, I can say, oh look, it's a cobalt sky behind us. All a matter of perspective. Like the perspectives we project to the world. Those perspectives we project to the world as creatives. Those perspectives we project to the world as people. Like, say, for instance, this wonderful image that I have behind me over here. Over there's a bench. Beer cans, crisp packets, lying all over the place from people that had botulion last night. But if you look just there, is a rubbish bin. Does it take so much effort to walk the couple of meters to drop your trash in the trash can? I would generally tend to say not, but I've never been a teenager living in Spain. I've been a teenager, but never living in Spain. So I've got no idea what degree of incapacity happens during the course of a botulion. Anyway, I'm heading around the corner here. I see one of my favorite benches for sitting down and talking to you is currently occupied. Anyway, I was talking about perspectives. Yes, us as creatives, we're showing the world a perspective of ourselves when we interact with others in our daily lives. We show out to the world a perspective of ourselves. It is not necessarily the real us that is shining through. So, we have a look here at all my normal benches where I'd be sitting talking to you, all currently occupied. Oh wait, here's one that is not. So what I'm going to do is sit here just for a moment and say, and if you're anything like me, yes, I know, black and white nails, suffer from regular bouts of depression, then you know that the perspective the world sees of us, we keep walking, is one of the mask we choose to show. Anyway, better light over here. Anyway, on one of the benches with a couple of flowers in the background. So it's all the perspectives that we project. And as creatives, we're really good at projecting a specific perspective. Where am I going with this? I have absolutely no idea. It's just what popped into my head, to be honest with you. But the bout of depression that was hitting last week, let's just say it kept rolling through the week, and in spite of that, I managed to write an 8-chapter novella. I started editing one of my novellas from that I wrote, I think, a month ago, when I was during a particularly heavy, deep portion of my depressive episode, and I read it and it seemed fine. Then I used my phone and got the phone to read it back to me, and I suddenly realized I completely fucked up the POV perspectives of that book. It's supposed to be an entire first person POV narrative, and for some reason, and the two main characters, and I'd already written the whole story from the one character's point of view as one novella, so I was now writing the same story from the POV of the other character. And for some reason, of an 8-chapter novella, halfway through chapter 3, I had hopped back into the alternate character, the one for whom I'd already written the entire story, and then I continued all the way through until the end of chapter 8, inside the completely wrong head for that specific story. So, and this is a novella that's due to be publishing around, I think, around about the 19th of October, and I have to completely rewrite this one. And I've been procrastinating doing that rewrite. But time is ticking, and even though I'm depressed, the productivity needs to happen. At least I managed to get a first draft finished this morning, and I've got an article written. Interestingly enough, the article that I finished writing last night is all about self-sabotage and how we sabotage our own healing and progress. And ironically enough, as someone who suffers from depression, even if it's of the reasonably high functioning kind, let's just say self-sabotage is something that comes incredibly naturally to me. So hopefully, by me sharing my experiences with self-sabotage and how it sets me back, will be something that will be able to help other people when reading the article. But that brings me to the end of what I have to say to you this week Sunday. I hope you stay with me. I hope that me admitting that I'm not in a good place mentally isn't too much information and too off-putting to any of you. But if it is, so be it. I've been on this platform for a fairly long time, and this specific channel with my writing journey was supposed to be more of an unfiltered sharing and letting you know that if I'm struggling, I mention it. If I'm doing okay, I'll mention it as well. Just before coming and sitting here in the park and writing this was way in time, and at least one small little piece of good news is I haven't put on any weight over the course of the past fortnight, so at least there's one good thing. But anyway, I need to sign off, get back to my desk, and format and publish an article and outline my next batch of articles before tackling, yes I know, avoidance, before tackling that novella rewrite that I'm needing to do because of the total POV fuck up that I did. But with that said, me sign off and speak to you all next week Sunday. Until then, have a superb week, and let's motivate each other to do better in our creative processes and motivate each other to be authentic with who we truly are. Speak to you then. Bye.